Hello and welcome to A1 channel. How air fresheners are killing you. Do you wish to know why your immune system is weak, why you are always fatigued, and why you and your family have all those mystery illnesses and genetic disorders? There is an endless barrage of unregulated toxic retail products, ranging from Clorox wipes to hand sanitizers and air fresheners. The long-term health consequences of these products multiplied together invariably become much worse than any infection or other seemingly isolated ailment. It is usually assumed that these products must go through rigorous safety testing before placement in retail stores, but this is not true. The cleaning industry is self-regulated, which translates to no regulation. The hand sanitizer was eventually voluntarily recalled, but only after the situation became a public relations problem for both organizations. These voluntary recalls are the most common type, and the term voluntary indicates that the FDA officially informed the guilty corporation that it would not take any action against them. The phrase voluntary recall seriously means this in the food and pharmaceutical industries. Air fresheners are thought to be even further outside the jurisdiction of regulators than most products. Natural Resources Defense Council studied the effects of air fresheners, discovering that they currently undergo no safety testing. The results were disturbing because they revealed high levels of phthalates, which are known to be especially harmful to children. These chemicals were even present in sprays which were claimed to be all natural and unscented. Phthalates were not disclosed in the list of ingredients for any of the products. Dichlorobenzene is a chemical which can be found in the blood of 96% of air freshener users. It has been linked to lung damage, is a known carcinogen, and it is an EPA-registered pesticide. Studies found it to increase rates of asthma. It can be found in the majority of air fresheners, toilet deodorizers, and mothballs. It works by attacking the receptors in the nose and thus eliminating the sense of smell. This is how the new generation of air fresheners actually freshen. These were introduced into the American market with the Febreze product from Procter & Gamble. The recent generation of air fresheners that were inspired by the success of Febreze are literally using chemical warfare to destroy their customers' sense of smell. That lack of smell is where the illusion of freshness comes from. However, no long-term studies have ever been done to test the effects of chronic exposure. It is important to remember that anything inhaled is immediately absorbed into the blood through the lungs, relatively unchanged. Dichlorobenzene is, in large part, the reason why so many pet birds die directly after the use of air fresheners. Due to hundreds of reports of bird deaths on the internet, Procter & Gamble, Febreze manufacturer, funded its own internal study into this and, without surprise, concluded that there are no safety issues whatsoever concerning pet birds or human beings. Dichlorobenzene is the main ingredient used to manufacture the infamous pesticide DDT and its cousins, DDE and DDD. Chlorine alone has a tendency to form DDT and DDT-like compounds when it reacts with many other substances. Such chlorine compounds disrupt the endocrine system by destroying hormones throughout a body in a similar manner to BPA, but in a much more powerful way. It may help readers to put the situation into perspective by being made aware that their use of most air freshener brands is the literal practice of inhaling small amounts of DDT. Inhalation is more dangerous than oral ingestion of the same amount. The issues of synthetic fragrances have been around for years and have led to many companies selling unscented options. Some fragrances cause changes in blood flow, blood pressure, mood, and trigger migraine headaches. A massive 72% of asthmatics cite these fragrances as a trigger in causing asthma attacks, and they have been implicated as a cause for the initial development of asthma. 95% of synthetic fragrances are derived from petroleum. They include benzene and aldehydes, which are known to cause cancers, reproductive effects, and problems with the central nervous system. These effects on the nervous system result in increased cases of Alzheimer's disease, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, and more. PVC plastics. All air fresheners containing phthalates lack any labeling to indicate their presence. Phthalates are also found in air fresheners that are labeled unscented and all natural. With an estimated 75% of consumers using air fresheners in their homes, we strongly recommend improving ventilation systems to dilute these chemicals as much as possible. if they cannot be eliminated altogether. According to the Environmental Working Group, phthalates produce liver cancer, but this link has not been officially acknowledged by regulatory agencies. The chemicals which are emitted from air fresheners and other toxic products accumulate in the fatty tissues over time, so the dangers increase as they build up inside a body. The presence of toxins inside fat can make weight loss difficult. Since the human body uses fat to store certain materials that are too toxic for it to process, breaking down the fat would mean releasing those toxins, so a body must resist its fat loss for self-defense. Thus, fat is sometimes the result of an immune system properly responding to a danger. Sooner or later, society will have to revert to old-fashioned means of cleaning, cooking, and keeping our homes smelling pleasant. That will include the removal of non-stick pans, air fresheners, and hand sanitizer.